It looks like we have fewer words to learn today. It's mainly a review session. With these words, I can already imagine what kind of podcast topic we should create. All right, let's study. Let's keep going with streak 3. Finding parking before work. Words. Parking, turn left, happy. This morning, Anna drove to the office earlier than usual. She had an important meeting at 10 a.m., but when she arrived near the building, she could not find parking. Oh no, Anna said quietly. Finding parking downtown is always a nightmare. She drove around the block once, then twice. Still no space. She felt a little nervous because the meeting would start soon. So she called her coworker, Mark. Hi, Mark. Do you know where I can park my car? Mark answered. Yes, don't worry. Go straight for 1 block, then turn left at the bakery. There is a small parking area behind the coffee shop. Ah, okay, thank you. Anna followed his direction. She drove slowly, saw the bakery and turned left. And finally, yes! She found a parking space. When Anna arrived at the meeting room, Mark smiled and said, You made it! Anna laughed and said, Yes, I'm very happy I was not late. It was just a small problem, but sometimes a clear direction can save your whole morning. Story 2. A lunch break with coworkers. Words, salty, happy, parking. At lunchtime, Daniel and his team decided to eat at a small restaurant near the office. Everyone was hungry, and honestly, they were all a little tired after a long morning. The restaurant was popular, so it was hard to find parking. Daniel drove around the block and said, maybe we should have walked here. Sarah laughed. Too late now. Let's just find a place. After a few minutes, Daniel finally found a parking space. Ah, finally, he said. That was not easy. Inside the restaurant, everyone ordered different dishes. Daniel chose fried rice. Sarah ordered noodles. Mike ordered grilled chicken. When the food came, Daniel took 1 bite. He paused for a second. This is good, but it's a little salty. Sarah tasted her noodles and laughed. Mine is salty too, but I still like it. Everyone laughed. They talked about work, weekend plans, and the next company trip. It was just a normal lunch break. But somehow, everyone felt better. Mike smiled and said, I'm really happy we came here today. Daniel nodded. Yeah, sometimes a short lunch with coworkers can make a busy day feel lighter. Story 3. Planning a team-building trip. Words, turn left, Helm chart, happy. On Friday afternoon, the team had a short meeting. The topic was not only work, it was also about the company team-building trip. Everyone looked a little excited. The organizer shared the map on the screen and said, when you arrive at the main gate, go straight, then turn left near the lake. Our meeting area is there. Tom looked at the map and said, okay, that looks easy. Then everyone started talking about games and the bus schedule. The mood was very relaxed, but after a few minutes, the manager smiled and said, okay, before we get too excited, let's also check next week's deployment. The tech team laughed. Tom said, right, work first, trip later. He looked at Lena and said, before we leave for the trip, we should update the Helm chart for the new service. Lena nodded. Yes, and please check the database shard setting too. We don't want any issue during the release. The manager said, good point. Let's finish the important tasks first, then enjoy the trip. By the end of the meeting, everyone had a clear plan. Tom smiled and said, I'm happy we talked about both work and team building. Now I feel ready. Sometimes a good plan makes both work and travel easier. Story 4. A small API discussion in the office. Words, verb, Helm chart, shard script. In the afternoon, Mia joined a short meeting with the back-end team. The meeting was about a small API update. At first, Mia felt a little nervous. There were many technical words in the discussion. Jack looked at the document and asked, which HTTP verb should we use for this endpoint? Mia thought for a moment. If we update only part of the profile, I think we should use the patch verb. Jack nodded. Yeah, that makes sense. We don't need to replace the whole record. Mia felt a little relieved. Then the DevOps engineer joined conversation. He said, after the API is ready, please update the Helm chart. We need the new environment variables for production. Mia wrote it down carefully. Okay, update the Helm chart, she repeated. Then the database engineer added, this service reads data from a user shard, so please test it with different regions. Mia paused. Okay. So we need to test more than one region. Exactly, he said. The meeting was short but useful. After the meeting, Mia smiled. She realized something important. Technical English becomes easier when you learn the words inside real office situations. A word like verb is not only grammar. In IT, it can also mean an HTTP method.
Story 5.
The company trip. Morning words: parking, turn left, salty, happy, shard, script. It was the morning of the company trip. Everyone met at the office before getting on the bus. Some people came by taxi, some people came by car. Well, because many people arrived at the same time, the parking area was full. Ken looked around and said, "Oh no, where should I park?" He called the organizer. "Hi, I'm near the office, but I can't find parking." The organizer answered, "No problem. Go past the main gate, then turn left. There is extra parking behind the second building." "Ah, okay. Thank you." Ken followed the direction and found a space. A few minutes later, he got on the bus. Everyone was talking, laughing, and sharing snacks. One coworker opened a bag of chips and said, "These are really salty." Another coworker laughed. "Salty, but good." Near the back of the bus, the tech team was joking about work. One developer said, "Don't worry, the database shard will survive without us for one day." Everyone laughed. When they arrived at the resort, Ken looked around and smiled. The weather was nice. The team looked relaxed. Ken said, "I'm really happy we joined this trip." It was not just a company event. It was a chance to rest, talk, and feel closer as a team.
Thank you for watching this video. If you found this content useful, please subscribe to support the channel and join me in keeping our English learning streak going every day.